What's up, guys? This is Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we have a very special video for you. We're going to be going over 4 things that all coaches look for in their starting quarterback. So if you're a quarterback and you want to become the starter, this video is definitely for you, and we're going to teach you some different things that you can do to earn that starting role. So I hope this video helps you guys out, but also, fellas, if you're a QB and you would like to train with us this offseason, we are coming out to 15 more states across the country for 2-day-long QB and wide receiver camps. Next up on our camp tour, we're coming out to San Francisco, California. That camp is completely sold out, but then we'll be heading out to Miami, Las Vegas, Charlotte, Portland, Dallas, Nashville, Chicago, Buffalo, Atlanta, Houston, Philly, Detroit, Boise, and Los Angeles. So if you guys are local to any one of these cities, fellas, we'd love to have you out to one of our off-season camps. So check out that very first link in the description below. Let's get started with this video. So first thing that they're going to be looking for in starting quarterbacks nowadays, whether this is at the college level, high school level, youth level, people love a dual threat quarterback. Now, do I need you to be like a 4-4 40-yard dash, Michael Vick, Lamar Jackson type player? No. I just need you to be able to extend the play. And this is a perfect example of a move that all quarterbacks need to know. So let's play this thing full speed. So this is going to be something I call a jab move, right? So I'm going to play that again one more time in case you didn't see it. This guy's getting unblocked pressure off of the edge. Nobody's blocking for him, and he gives a great move in the pocket to be able to extend the play and get the ball to his playmakers. Guys, as quarterbacks, we do not want to make all the plays myself. We want to be a distributor. We want to be a point guard. Let's get the ball to guys who are much better athletes than me collectively and let them go do the work, right? But we have to be able to buy some time, right? And this is a perfect example of that. So why does he use this move? Because I'm not just going to tell you to do something and then not explain how to do it. This is a situation, so let's say you're a right-handed quarterback. This is like you're getting pressure off the right edge where a guy is running right at you, right at your midline, right at your front hip, trying to take your head off. So what you would do is like you're playing basketball. You take your front foot and you jab. You give like almost like how a receiver would do a release. That's what you want to do with your front foot. You give a head and shoulder fake as well. You give a jab. And guys, you got to understand, if you've never played defense, this is such a tough angle to begin with because quarterbacks have so much room to run. It's not like a receiver where you have to go vertical, right? He's got all this room to run back here. So if we can just give him some kind of simple move that makes him change direction, that is an easy way to lose him, an easy way for me to buy time. So guys, if you want to start, you got to be able to make plays like this. You have to be able to extend the play. Now, is this the only way? Absolutely not, right? There are going to be times where, let's say your tackle's getting beat outside, you got to be able to step up in the pocket. You got to be able to, let's say you're getting pressure at your top shoulder, you climb up, you get out of the pocket and throw on the run. You just have to be able to extend the play. Like I said, everybody loves a dual threat quarterback nowadays, a true dual threat. But I realize that not everybody's a 4-4, 4-5, 4-6, 40-yard dash at the high school level, but you got to be able to extend plays. And you extending plays is something that a college coach will also love to see as well. So let's play this thing full speed one more time. Great job making this guy miss with this move. And mind you, this was his first play on his huddle highlight tape, right? And it's not like he threw a monster throw. It's not like he threw like this crazy touchdown pass. He showcased that he is an athlete. He can make people miss and extend the play. Second thing we're going to be going over that was required to be a starting quarterback. You need to have football IQ. You got to know how to read defenses. So we're going to go over a simple play concept here, and this shows that, honestly, if you have a simple process of making reads, it's a lot easier than you think when it comes down to reading defenses. Now, if you guys want more content on reading defenses, post that in the comment section below. I can send you over some content that we have that will help quarterbacks with their football IQ. So just post that in the comment section below. It's always great to hear from you guys. Now, what this quarterback is doing is he's going to be working a smash concept. Not smash, a flood concept on a sprint out. So I'm going to play this full speed, then we'll break it down. So we're going to talk about his pre-snap read and then what he sees post-snap and why he decides to make this dart of a throw here to this slot wide receiver. This is what I want you to pay attention to and play full speed one more time. Now, since this defense is in a 4-3 and it's like a 2 high safety concept, we're not going to get too much into the coverage right now, but he sees that it's a 4-3. This is the middle linebacker. This is the outside linebacker. This flood concept. What we have here is we have a deep like post from the number 1, right? So I'm going to draw this. We have a deep post from the number 1. We have a deep inside release out route, and then we have a flat route from the running back. So who are we trying to mess with? We are trying to mess with this outside linebacker, and we have to know that as a quarterback pre-snap. He's going to make the decision on who I throw the ball to. Right? So if this inside release out clears behind him in this flat route and he runs with the flat route, what do I throw? Throw the out route. Now, since I have a post route from the number 1, if the safety crashes on the out route, what do I hit? I hit the post route. So you keep it simple. Guys, as quarterbacks, we are reading defenders. We are not reading routes. You are not staring at the flat route. Oh, it's open. Let me throw it. Because you don't know what a defense is trying to do. You don't know what a defender is coming down, crashing on, his stance, his technique. You got to read defenders and trust that your receivers are going to be there. That's a trait that all starting quarterbacks need to develop is trust your receivers, you're reading defenders. This is my read key, right? Let's say he backs up. He backs up with the out route. Throw the flat right now. Let's say the corner jumps the flat route, then maybe I could take a shot with the post, or maybe I run it, whatever, maybe it's cover two. This isn't necessarily the best play for cover two, and you have to be able to realize that as a quarterback. So let's play this again full speed. Remember, we're reading defenders. He is looking at defenders. He is crashing down on this flat route. Okay, great. I know this out route's going to be there. I'm trusting that my guy is there, and we deliver him a shot early in his route so that corner doesn't have a chance. Okay, so now this is a clip here from Bryce Young's pro day. And the reason why I want to include this is no matter what size quarterback you are, whether you're short like Bryce Young and myself, whether you're tall 6'4", 6'2", like CJ Stroud type player, they are expecting you at the next level to have a level of arm strength, right? So this is a throw where Bryce Young is moving in the pocket and throwing a deep over route to the opposite hash. And he throws this thing on a dime right in the bucket, right? Now, again, this requires an insane amount of arm strength. And guys, if you want to be a starting quarterback, especially if you want to play quarterback at the next level, you got to have some kind of arm strength. That's why we talk so much on this page about hips, about rotation, about generating power from your legs. It's not about throwing from your arms. So you guys can understand that and apply that so your arm strength can show up in an actual game scenario. Because this is what coaches are looking for, guys. I hate to say it. I wish arm strength didn't matter. I wish it was just about accuracy, but there are throws that they require you to drive the ball downfield, and you need to be able to work on that. Now, besides mechanics, because I could go on a whole long spiel about mechanics. But when you throw, there are two things that I think all quarterbacks, whether you're a youth or whether you're in high school, need to work on in the gym. If you're a younger guy, I'm not necessarily even saying that you need to use weights. But if you're an older guy, I recommend weights, obviously. But two areas that you want to try to increase strength in: legs and core. If you guys can get your core stronger and you guys can get your base stronger, your lower body, it makes it so much easier mechanically to generate more power. Let's say you have really good mechanics, but you feel capped out with your arm strength. Let's try to get in a squat rack. Let's improve my leg strength. Let's do some lunges. Let's do some split squats. Let's do some core work, medicine ball slams, rotation slams, a lot of Russian twists, things that are going to strengthen your core, strengthen your lower back, and strengthen your legs. Also, something that's important, we don't want to lift a ton of weight with my upper body as quarterbacks. I personally hate bench press for quarterbacks. I think it puts a lot of unnecessary stress on your shoulder. You're never going to be playing this position off your back. There's no athletic benefit to having a big chest for quarterbacks. Now, again, some of you guys are forced to do it. What I recommend, try to keep as much flexibility and mobility in your upper half as possible. Stretching every night, doing yoga, stretching after your gym workouts. Things that will keep you mobile, doing a lot of band resistance work, right? Like now, again, whatever your opinions are on Tom Brady's training methods, right? He was obviously doing something right to be able to play that long and keep his body that healthy. And he's one of those advocates that says quarterbacks shouldn't lift weights. Do I disagree with that? Probably. But again, he's the greatest quarterback of all time. So he's probably, like I say, he's probably doing something right, and that guy never lifted weights. All he focused on was mobility, flexibility. Now, granted, when he started doing that, it wasn't like he was a high school player that needed to gain weight, but the reason why he did it is to allow his body to get full range of motion in his mechanics. So I recommend upper body-wise doing very, very light work. Light dumbbells, resistance bands, mobility stuff, so we could be a better player on the field. We're not trying to be bodybuilders, guys. I get it if you got to put on weight. I understand. I was in the same boat. I had to lift weights to get bigger. I wasn't going to get fat. I had to put on muscle mass. But you got to maintain that mobility. Mobility is so important. Now, another thing that I want to talk about here, there's a lot of information out there that a lot of quarterbacks put out there. And it's almost like, one guy starts talking about it and it gets a little bit of views. So these other quarterback coaches try to hop on this whole sidearm wave of like, oh, this is the new era of playing the position. Oh, all these quarterbacks throw sidearm. And they say, oh, if you want to be an elite quarterback, you have to throw this way. You have to change up your arm angle and throw sidearm like Mahomes, like Rodgers, whatever. I'm going to show you this right now. This is a perfect example of Aaron Rodgers having a high arm slot. So everybody that says, oh, Aaron Rodgers throws like this, watch this clip, okay? So watch this clip, and we're going to talk about why the whole sidearm farce is just like the dumbest thing I think that's ever happened to this position. Now, watch Rodgers when he throws. Everybody always loves to show, oh, Rodgers threw sidearm. Oh, check this out. This is the new wave, right? Watch this example. Look where his arm is. Pretty high arm slot. Can we all agree that his arm slot is pretty high? The football is above his head, right? Now, again, Reason why I showcase this is not to hate on the guys who are saying to throw sidearm, because there are situations where you want to throw sidearm. I'm just saying that not every time you got to have this stupid arm angle and throw off a 1 foot and throw leaning over like all these quarterback coaches show, because they're trying to get clicks and they're trying to get views, because they don't actually provide content that gives anybody any value, right? They failed to mention that there are many arm slots at this position. If you have to throw over somebody with some touch, guess what? You can't throw sidearm. You got to have a higher arm slot. Guess what? If Aaron Rodgers is trying to throw a check down and he's got an offensive lineman in front of his face, what is he going to do? He's going to change up the arm slot. So guys, don't buy into all this stupid hype of you have to throw a certain way. Every single quarterback has a different body type, has a different throwing motion. All 32 NFL starters, not a single one throws like another one. So as a quarterback, we want to try to take bits and pieces of all their games, top throwers, things that work the best for yourself, and try to be the most mechanically efficient possible quarterback you can be. Not what you see on on social media. I'm not trying to be like this guy on social media or do this on social media. It's situational. There's so many situational things that apply to the quarterback position. So that's why I want to showcase this. Don't change up your mechanics entirely because you saw a fancy clip on Instagram or whatever social media platform. Know that it's situational and there are many arm slots to play the position. I want to clear that up, especially for the young guys that are very, very impressionable. All right, fellas, really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you guys have any questions at all, don't hesitate to leave those in the comment section below. Always appreciate the feedback. It's always great to hear from you guys. And again, fellas, if you would like to train with us in 15 different cities this offseason, coming all the way out from Las Vegas to Detroit, Houston, all over the place, you guys. So very first link in that description below. We'd love to have you out there. I'll see you next time.